It's NCAAP or something?
NACP.
NACP.
The National Association
of African American.
No.
Of African people?
You don't know what the NAACP stands for?
No, I don't. It's not in Canada.
Is it racist if I tell you?
No, tell me.
Canada,
yeah.
Where in Canada? Let me guess. Well, I know where you're not from.
Yeah.
Calgary.
You're not from Calgary.
You're not from Edmonton.
No.
You're not from anywhere in that center. So you're either from, I'm guessing either Vancouver, Toronto, or Montreal. Not from Montreal because I don't hear that weird
Quebecois
accent.
Yeah.
So you're either from Toronto or Vancouver. I'm gonna guess Toronto.
I'm from Vancouver. Well, Vancouver area.
Well, you know why I didn't say Vancouver?
Why?
Is because of Drake.
Oh yeah, because of Drake. Okay, I lived in Toronto for a long time though. I lived in Toronto for like 8 years.
Yeah.
So
it's so funny now that you say that. I totally hear your Canadian accent.
Yeah. It sneaks out a little bit.
Who introduced me to you? Because you came up on our bus.
Yeah,
we were watching your videos on our bus.
It might have been Mark Smalls.
It's Mark Smalls.
Yeah, because
I thought it was Dave Williamson.
I don't think I've done stuff with Dave. I honestly haven't done stuff with Mark either, but I've done stuff with the Friday Beers guys, and then they work with Mark, and then that's kind of like the tether from me to you. Yeah.
That's your videos are so fucking funny.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
They're so fucking funny and they're so good.
I didn't even start doing that until the pandemic started. Like I was doing stand up. I started doing stand up in like 2014, and then just was like grinding stand up. Then I started working for a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel did like top 10 lists and reaction stuff, and so I started doing that with them. And then pandemic happened and TikTok was blowing up, and I had a buddy with like all stand up was shut down, especially in Canada. So
but you were still living in Canada.
Living in Canada this time. And so I had a buddy who was doing TikTok stuff, and we did a weekend in a city outside of Toronto that was still doing shows. And so I saw how much reach he was getting with his TikToks. And I was like, man, I would have to do like 40 shows at this little venue in order to get the same amount of reach. So I was like, why don't I just start cranking out these TikToks? And then I just started doing that, taking kind of what I learned from you working for the YouTube channel into my own content, and just like started hammering it. Like I was posting like 6 times a day, every day for like a year. Like
for real?
Yeah, I was on it like crazy. Like I still am on it crazy. It's still the backbone of what I do. But when I first started, I was like spending an hour a day making content, and then like an hour or two a day like researching how to make the content. And that was like the whole process of learning it.
So wait, Halston, can you pull up his TikTok? Well, I follow you on Instagram. I don't even follow you on TikTok.
So in my Instagram and TikTok, my TikTok is more me reacting to like anything. Or
Instagram's tits.
Instagram's like straight tits.
Dude, I've sent it. I've wanted to send you videos.
Oh, dude,
because there's one. I'm gonna say here. I'm gonna send it to Halston. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
I love it. Love a good titty vid.
Dude, I do too. I know my wife's listening to this right now, but I do too. I sent one. We were talking about HR violations because we're obviously a company.
Yes, you got to watch out.
And these are not my reading glasses, by the way.
Well, you have a lot of women working for you as well. And
I'm only fucking women.
So like you can't be just sending titties around in the group chats and the work chats.
Halston, how do I this is a good one. I almost sent this to you knowing that I'd see you today. Halston, how do I send it to you? Share to, I got it. Birdie Boy Productions. Or just me in case. Oh yeah, I'll do it just in case to you. Good call. I'm wondering. Okay. All right, just sent it to Halston. So wait, so what was one of the ones for you that kind of changed the game?
Oh man, we would have to go so deep onto this.
How many followers do you have on TikTok?
I have 7.8 million, I think, on TikTok.
Fuck.
So my TikTok's been cooking, and it's been like that's been what has helped me like sell tickets and everything. I
saw you do that True Fear. I saw that video.
Yeah.
I've done that ride.
Oh yeah, you done it?
I've done that ride. I've done so many things in my life that because I ultimately I did Adventures of a Lifetime for fucking 9 years on Travel Channel.
Yes.
And I've done so much shit I would love to have people comment. I remember thinking this could be so much better. But and then when I watched your stuff, I was like, God, man, you've dialed it in to like just like you're so good at like saying the thing I'm thinking and then commenting on the thing I'm thinking. and dialing it into that.
I think what I've always wanted to do when I'm making the content is like, you will be very honest about my reaction to it. Like honesty is something I really try to stick to in all my content.
Yeah.
And then try to write a minimum of like 3 or 4 jokes and everything. Like make sure you're like, I'm working the comedic side, but also staying very truthful to what it is. And I'm not trying to say like what I do is like really heady content or anything. Like it's pretty lowbrow humor, but that's the stuff I enjoy.
Yeah.
I like lowbrow, ridiculous shit.
Dude, it's my bread and butter.
Yeah.
Take a look at this one. I so immediately. This is, by the way, this is a cooking video.
Love it.
This is a cooking video where it is aggressive nipple.
Yeah, you can see when you can see the outline of the areola through the shirt, you know you're cooking.
There's so much I love about this video because I go, yeah, sure, put the shrimp on the Barbie. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, and exactly. When there's so many of these videos, especially with the birth of TikTok, where it's like she's doing carpentry or she's doing whatever, but it's like we know what the backbone is here. And it all usually feeds back to an OnlyFans, which is like OnlyFans is given like a direct thing from being hot to making money. You can like, there's a direct line.
Dude, I wonder, you know what's so funny? I was thinking about you this morning because I went out to breakfast with a couple of TikTok stars that I'm a fan of, and I was talking to them about the business, and you could see, I mean this respectfully, the rudderlessness they had about what they were doing next, or where they were going, and it's so funny because I don't make anything as funny as you do on social media.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Like sincerely, you've made us in the bus laugh so much that like you'll be scrolling through and you'll hear someone in the bunk next start laughing and they go, what is it? And go, I'm sending it to you right now. And then, but it's interesting is that you have a game plan.
Yeah.
You have a game plan for this. And that's the part of it. I think a lot of the OnlyFans ladies don't really have a game plan.
I think for me, the whole thing from day one has always been stand up. Like I started doing stand up. The only reason I make Instagram content and all this stuff is because of stand up. And so knowing that always it gives you guidance. Like I know if I get offered to do this thing or that thing, like someone offered me recently, they're like, oh, do you want to do like a weed brand? And I was like, I don't really smoke weed and it doesn't really feed back.
You don't smoke weed?
I smoke weed a bit. I'm way more of a drinker. I drink.
I'm a fucking drinker.
I know you're a drinker.
God
yeah,
damn it. I wish you had told me we'd be drinking right now.
Dude, let's
have a fucking drink.
Yeah, I'm totally down to have a
Pete,
drink.
can we get you like whiskey?
I'll do anything.
Hang on. Do you like, have you ever had, an Aperol Spritz?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I love Aperol Spritz.
Yeah, Aperol Spritz is great.
Hey, is someone downstairs listening to me? Can you grab us 2? I don't even know if we have Prosecco down there. But if we can, 2 Aperol Spritz or 2 whiskeys.
Dude, that's a great drink to start the day, too. Dude, great drink to start the day.
I'm starting my tour tonight. At midnight, we got on a flight, so technically I'm on tour right now.
That's it. Yeah, so you got to start drinking.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, I'm so glad. So yeah, I'm not much of a weed guy either.
See, so I've always had bad paranoia with weed, and I've had some really bad experiences.
You do not look like someone that would ever have anxiety or paranoia.
So I've managed it a lot over the years. Like I've had like really heavy mushroom trips that have really helped me like work through my insecurities and stuff, like solo tripping and coming to terms with
okay, thanks. Keep going.
With where my fears and all these things come from. And it's like the baggage that your parents give you that's not yours, and how to let go of these things.
Wait, how do we find out the baggage our parents gave us? Because I'm dealing with that.
So me personally, I just did a bunch of mushrooms by myself. I literally did like 6 grams of mushrooms, and I had this wild mushroom trip where I felt like my body was sleeping, but my brain was awake. And it was a time in my life where I was only sleeping like four hours a night. I was like streaming on Twitch. I was doing stand-up. I was working. I was brand new to Toronto. Like I was grinding my ass into dust. And I felt like my body was showing me, the mushrooms were showing me what my body does when I sleep. And it's like, oh, like my ears were clearing, my sinuses were clearing. Like, you need to heal. This is why you have to sleep. And then after that, I had this whole thing where I was like hugging myself and looking in the mirror and saying, I love you, and pulling out all these things that like my parents said to me, that experiences I had that made me feel insecure about myself, made me feel stupid, made me feel less than, like I have that inner voice that's constantly doubting yourself.
Do you feel like you have, I'm not sure if this is the right thing. I think it's called generational trauma, meaning like I once wondered, if because my grandfather stormed the beaches of Normandy,
Mm-hmm.
that anxiety, all that shit that happened to him, the PTSD,
Yeah.
it hit my dad a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it hit me. And then I wonder if like a person of color in Canada, although Toronto's pretty fucking...
The experience in Canada is much safer and nicer than what's going on over here.
Going on here is pretty bad, but there's still, it's like I remember we were in fucking New Zealand one time, and I was asking this Maori dude, "Do you guys have racism?" And this white girl goes, "We don't have racism like you guys do. You guys focus on it. We don't have it. Everyone's the same here." And then she got out, and he was like, "They're racist as fuck." And I was like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah." And she just explained racism to you as opposed to letting me explain it. So
there you go.
But like, I wonder, what was your trauma with your parents, do you think?
My parents were just kind of in like a crumbling marriage for a long time, and there was a huge amount of tension between them. There's financial tension. There was like a whole bunch of other shit going on. And
only child?
What's that?
Only child?
No, but I'm the youngest of 4, but I'm the only that my parents had together. So my sister on my mom's side was there since I was born, but she's also 9 years older than me. And then I have a brother and sister on my dad's side that are 9 and 10 years older than me, and they came over at different times. So they were in Montreal, and my brother came over. Hey, there you go.
Thank you.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Right on.
Well, you got to remember, he might. I don't know how his Aperol spritzes are. Let's check him out. Hey, cheers! Thanks for doing this.
Thank you for having me, man.
To Canada. Oh, not bad.
No, that's pretty good.
Not bad.
I like that.
So
it was, they were going through a lot, and they lashed out at us a lot. And so it was like my mom called me stupid and a moron and all sorts of things. Like, I can't even count how many times. Like, it was, and that's like on the lighter end. There was a lot of really venomous communication that went on. Me and my dad worked through that eventually, and like we came a lot closer. And me and my dad were always a lot closer. And then my parents got divorced, and then we were able to have like a genuine relationship. So it was like unpacking all these things, unpacking that it's like, I always feeling like when you're in a room of people that everyone hates you, and like taking that away. And it's like, that's not mine. I didn't think of that, and it's not true. And the mushrooms helped me work through that, which I don't think if that's the healthiest first way to tell people to deal with any sort of insecurity, but it helped me a lot.
I don't think that, I always feel like an outsider.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like everyone knows each other. Like, this is the dumbest thing. I'm gonna sound like such a fucking Hollywood phony fucking bullshit piece of fuck right now. But like, I was listening to The Dead last night, and then I found out John Mayer's touring with The Dead, Dead and Company or whatever, and I was like, God, John Mayer's cool as fuck. And I was like, I'm gonna follow him on Instagram. And so I followed him. And then I was like, I want to see who he follows, see if he follows any of my friends. He follows every single one of my friends but me. And I said, that's the story of my life. I said, that's the story of my life. Like, I've never know the cool people before anyone else. I'm always the last. And I felt like that in grade school. Like, I felt that in grade school. Like, I remember, do you remember when girls would be like, oh my God, like a new girl would walk in and they'd be like, and you'd be like all sitting there, like, oh my God, Brenda's from Vancouver, and she just got to town. We need to set her up with someone. And I'd be sitting in the corner like, right here, over here. And they'd be like, you know who we got to set her up with? Dave. He is so great. He is such a great guy. And I'd be like, I'm right here, motherfucker. Like, I'm right fucking here.
Well, that feeling, like, I feel like a lot of people carry this. One, you have to come to terms with that it's not true, that these things aren't true. And that they're manifested from like insecurities that were brought onto you. Like, I know this stuff it's not easy to overcome. Like, I came here today being like, oh, Bert's gonna hate me. This is gonna go bad.
Are you serious?
Oh, that's my inner dialogue.
It's so
all
funny.
The time.
You've only made me laugh.
Well, I hope.
Isn't that crazy? My only experience with you is making me laugh,
and
that's it.
But that's just like I've learned to catch myself. I've learned to use that as a trigger to, when I have those thoughts, be like, no, let it go. And meditation is a great thing to help you catch those thoughts and to let them go, to not bury them. Because before I would bury it, before I would have the negative thought and just be like, ignore it and push it down, and it would turn to rage or sadness or whatever. Now I can honestly like take a breath, relax, go back to baseline, and just be like, just be present, just be in a normal moment.
I witnessed a grown man one time I will not say any names. He got a bad comment from someone, and he went after the guy, and the guy followed him and got in his DMs, and he said what he was going to do to him if
Yeah.
he found him, and what he'd do to his and the guy was famous,
Yeah.
and the kid was like 12,
Jesus.
and he showed it to his mom, and his mom got in the DMs and was like, and by the way, if it wasn't his mom, then that troll was a goddamn
so good.
genius.
And that's the
Was
thing
a
with the trolls.
goddamn genius.
You can't. There's this thing called the rules of the internet, and one of them is don't engage with trolls. If you engage, they win. Like, it doesn't matter if you try to reason or if you are right or like whatever. All a troll wants is a response. So you just can't give them any response. You just need to let it flow through the ether.
I say this, and I know this is a horrible thing to say. I appreciate good trolls.
Yo, yeah,
like
absolutely.
I appreciate good. There are some trolls that are out there. Like I did a Reddit Ask Me Anything.
Yeah,
and it's very monitored. Like you don't see any of the bad questions people are putting out there. And I've never been on Reddit.
Yeah,
but there was one. There was one where I was like, just read me all of them. I want to hear. And they started reading all of them. And there were a few that made me fucking laugh out loud. There was a few that made me laugh out loud. And I was like, and there was one that the guy got me good. And I was like, I got to reply to it. I got to reply to it. And, but man, there should be like a troll hall of fame.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's some that do it publicly. Like I think Andrew Tate, all the stuff he did was just trolling. He was trolling.
Ari trolls.
Oh,
Ari was the ultimate troll. Ari trolled people. The Kobe thing backfired on him.
Yeah, he went to, and that's the thing with trolls. If you look at all the trolls, like you look at someone like I take Andrew Tate for an example.
Yeah,
you push it, and then you push it too far. Then he ends up in prison. It's like Ari, push it. The thing about a troll is you have to keep pushing the envelope to stay relevant and to keep people interested.
Yeah.
So you need to know when to pull the ripcord and change direction, maybe become a nice guy or take your money and pack it in, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But Milo, he was another troll.
Milo was a fucking...
And took it too far. You take it too far, and then you
Milo
get destroyed.
got in trouble for saying that he... And I don't want to... Because I never met Milo, but it seems like all my friends are friends with Milo.
Mm-hmm.
And I never really... I mean, I know this is... I know it's weird to even... Because it's like, I never had a problem with Milo at all.
I don't know him at all. I just know what the internet says about him.
Yeah. But like, what did he get in trouble for was technically something about saying something about underage boys.
So I think the thing, he was trying to make a difference between like pedophilia and a different type of like underage sex thing.
Yeah.
And he was like saying one is okay and one isn't, but one was still like having sex with like 16-year-olds. And that was, I think, again, he's like pushing the envelope. He's trolling. How do I get a reaction? He took it too far. And then it's like, then you'd get destroyed.
Because there's like, trolling is in all of us.
Yeah.
Like a lot of comedy somewhat is trolling. Like you troll when you say like when you'll say a statement like I used to say, you want to hear something really racist? And that's a little bit of a troll.
Yes.
Because now everyone's like, what the fuck's he gonna say?
Yes.
And then you have a lighthearted response.
Yeah.
It's a way of grabbing, like a lot of comics troll, their first line is a troll.
Yes.
To get the audience to react, and then you tell them a joke.
It's like saying something you don't believe in to get a response out of people. It's like, at its core, it has nothing to do with your values. It's all about instigating things with other people.
I wonder if people look at trolling the way they do like video games. Like they go, like they got like their 5 people they troll, and then they go like, go home and they get excited and they go, I wonder if I got any responses today.
Oh. I mean,
I'm good at staying silent.
Yeah.
By the way, me and you must be online a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
my algorithm is pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Because it's watches.
Oh, do you watch that guy who tries to sell watches who like fucking
in Miami?
No, I don't think he's in Miami.
There's a guy in Miami who's like, hey, can I compliment you on your 1883 Daytona 1992?
Oh, I haven't seen this guy.
He's good. Yeah. He's good, yeah. I haven't seen the guy who sells watches. Who's that?
There's another dude in, I think he's in New York, and he goes, and it's him just like bartering. He's like, I'll give you $1,450. And they're like, I can't do $1,450. I gotta do like $812. And like, he's like, $812. And like, it's just like,
I think I've seen that guy.
Yeah. And it's just
does he have celebrities come in too?
I haven't seen him with celebrities, but I haven't watched him in a little while. He was just hot in my algorithm for a little bit.
Oh, my algorithm right now is watches, sneakers, boat videos, disc golf, and a lot of like surfing. Oh, softball and baseball. But a
Softball,
lot of
baseball.
watches. It's all watches pretty much.
I know I got a lot of.
The Iron Sheik died?
What's that?
The Iron Sheik died?
The Iron Sheik's died. You didn't know the Iron Sheik's dead?
No.
Yeah, he died like a week ago.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, dude. Legendary guy, man. One of the best of all time. He was going viral
Talk
big
about
time.
troll.
Yeah, dude. He loved a troll. That's like a big wrestler thing, too. It's just to fuck with people. Did you ever hear that Andre the Giant story where he took a shit that was so bad that people were gagging and like crying and puking?
No.
He was on a plane and he
oh my God.
So he can't shit with the door closed because he's so big, and he's also like he's Andre the Giant, so he would consume beer like crazy. He was eating like crazy, and he they like pull a sheet. If you're too big to close the door, they have a sheet, and he takes a shit on the plane, and they can't land the plane. But apparently, this shit stunk so bad that people were literally like vomiting and like like their eyes burned, like it was a level
His
10
shit would be the size of my leg.
Dude, someone else told me this story about Andre the Giant, where like when he was in Japan, that the toilets were too small for him, so he would like shit in the tub. He would like lay down newspaper and shit in the tub, and then like wrap it up, and then he would like put it in the garbage or try to like take it down and throw it in the trash. And one day he was too lazy, so he just went to throw it out of the window down to the dumpster, and there was some guy down there putting stuff in the dumpster, and it hit him and knocked him out. He got fucking hit with this shit bomb. Yeah.
Fucking look at how fucking big he is.
Massive dude. He's one of those giantism guys. He had the fucking it's like
the pituitary gland, right?
Yeah. And just makes you grow and grow and grow and grow. I think
he's standing with normal big guys.
Those guys are like 6 something, like 250, 260 pounds. And he's like whatever, like over 7 feet tall, like 400 pounds, like a legitimate giant.
I bet he had skin tags.
Oh yeah, for sure. He had some wild stuff going on. How big do we ever get like confirmation on his dick? How big his dick was? Like that's a regular beer can.
It doesn't matter how big his dick is, because like even a small dick on him is like a 12-inch dick.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
he'd
hope if he was lucky he'd have a small dick.
Yeah,
because you don't want a big dick at that size.
Exactly.
Like if he had a big dick on that body,
it would just
he'd fuck barn animals. Like, I mean, there's no human that can take that dick.
There's nothing. They would have to
he'd have to fuck a horse, and he's tall enough.
You make a fleshlight out of couch cushions or something, so he could fuck. 7'4", dude, like huge, man, huge. That's fucking crazy.
That it's interesting how much wrestling permeates real life.
Yeah, it kind of reflects it constantly.
I remember I was talking to a comic, and he was like, man, I wish I had like a Rogan like you have to put me over. And I went,
yeah.
Well, what? He was like, to put you over. You know, like in wrestling, when you put someone over, you let them win. Type in the term put over. I hung out with Cody Rhodes a lot. He's a professional wrestler.
Okay.
And he knows all those terms. And there's like carny speak they do when they're in the ring.
Yeah, so they know how to communicate.
Know what they're doing.
Yeah.
The act of wrestling, losing to putting someone over refers to it's basically like letting them win.
Yeah.
So that they get a fan base.
Oh.
And
okay.
Rogan would put us over in that he would share us with his fan base and let us be funny.
Yeah.
And that was the term. And I was like, oh, interesting. They're like, no one in New York puts anyone over. This is back in the day. Now everyone puts everyone over.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like that's a very common thing. You're putting me over right now.
Yeah, hopefully. I wonder because I always wonder if my fans are on Instagram and TikTok. Because like I get people that say,
I think so. You have a big Instagram following.
But people always come to me and they're like, I saw you're the TikTok guy. And then I go, oh, you're not a fan of mine.
Oh,
like,
yeah, because they know you from TikTok.
If you know me from TikTok, I would assume you go, what's up, Bert?
Yeah.
I know you from Two Bears, or I know you from Bertcast or Rogan or Something's Burning.
Yeah. Well, Rogan was the first place I ever saw you for sure. It was like you, Joey Diaz, Tom, Ari, like those were like his gen of guys that were like coming up with him.
We were all that age group that was younger than Joe, but still like not I never say contemporaries. We were all like he was way above all of us. He's been above all of us for
Well, he's like one of the biggest people in media, in entertainment ever. If Joe Rogan does something, it's a national headline where it's
Yeah.
like, I don't even know if you want to be that big. That's crazy big.
I wouldn't. I don't know if he loves it. I'd take that back. I shouldn't speak for him. But it doesn't bother him to get lit up the way he's been lit up. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't get affected by it. Like he's the one that told me, you got to really get offline. You can't be.
Because none of it's real. And also I call it the difference between caring and feeling and caring. Like when people see something bad happen to someone, people feel. They'll have an emotional response.
Yeah.
Very few people care, which is like you get up and you take action. Like, do you know who Stacey Abrams is?
I do, but I don't. I do.
So
I do, but I get her confused with another person.
she registered 800,000 voters in Georgia, but leading up to the Trump reelection.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. Who am I confusing her with?
I don't know.
Who's the lady? Is she black?
Yes.
Okay. She have a fucked up haircut? No. Who's the black chick with a fucked up haircut?
Are you thinking of Rachel Dolezal?
No.
Oh,
Don't get me started on Rachel Dolezal. By the way, I'm Team Dolezal all the way.
You're Team Dolezal.
Fuck
Wait.
That's why I don't talk about politics.
Explain what you mean by I'm Team Dolezal.
I want to identify as black. I think we should all identify as what we want to identify as.
Dude, you're like, yeah, I want to be black too.
Yeah.
Why can't we be black?
Yeah.
It's the better option.
Dude, I mean, if you talk like that story is so fucking
it is hilarious,
phenomenally insane.
Yeah,
that you go almost. It's like almost how do you not give her a pass and go, let's see how far you can take this.
you know the movie the movie they did about that guy who wrote The Room and fucking
Soul Man.
no, not Soul Man. No.
Hey, I'm gonna let everyone laugh right now. That was the funniest thing I've ever said on my podcast. You might have switched me over to drinking on every single one of my podcasts.
Oh, do you not normally drink on the pod?
No, I don't because I'm a fucking lame-o.
Oh.
I'm trying to be healthy, but I'm going on tour, and you said you're a big drinker, and I always love having a drink on the podcast. I love it. Shane Gillis and I did a podcast. We're finishing what you were saying.
Okay. No, do you think?
It was the biggest drip of a podcast for like an hour.
What do you mean drip?
Just so.
Yeah.
All right, what are you doing in LA?
Oh, just like nothing going.
And then you can see Shane just getting antsy, and he's like, "Can we have a drink?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then we got fucking wasted,
and then it was
we
cooking.
had to edit out the most. Shane and I were talking like the most horrific human beings.
Oh,
and it was so we were laughing, and then Shane's like, "Oh, we can't leave this in. We can't leave this in." I am sleeping freaking fantastic, and it is because of my Helix. This mattress, I want to say something cool and young, like it slaps or it thumps. It sips. It's thugs. I don't know. It's the best damn mattress I've ever had in my entire life. I sleep so well on it that I get excited to get in it. You ever get into a mattress and you go, "Oh, I'm so excited to go to sleep." That's how I feel every time. The Helix lineups offer 20 unique mattresses, including the award-winning Luxe Collection, the newly released Helix Elite Collection, a mattress designed for big and tall sleepers, and even made a mattress just for kids. Everybody's unique. Everyone sleeps differently. That's why Helix has several different mattress models to choose from, each designed for specific sleep positions and feel preferences. I took the sleep quiz. As soon as I was matched with my mattress, soft mattress, because I sleep on my side, I wanted something soft that I kind of slink into, and I do move around all night. As soon as I got that mattress, it came to our house, and I put them in every single room because I never know where I'm going to sleep. They're the best mattresses I've ever had. They're so good, I threw my nephew into it the other day. Like we were playing around, and I threw him in the mattress, and he started to fall asleep. It's so great. Plus, I got 2 free pillows. There's nothing better than more pillows. I want so many pillows, I feel like a sultan in my mattress. It's so easy to set up. I set it up quicker than I took the sleep quiz. 2 minutes. I set it up in 2 minutes. There's a video online. You can find it. Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/Bert. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. I love our next sponsor, Mad Rabbit. Why? Because they still sponsor this podcast, even though I say the word tattoo. Is that how you say it? I say it tattoo. And I'll tell you why. Because my daughter's got tattoos, my wife's got tattoos, and my youngest wants tattoos. And you got to check out Mad Rabbit. Mad Rabbit is committed to reinventing tattoo aftercare, Founded with two friends with a passion for ink, Mad Rabbit creates simple, effective, and natural products that help improve the healing process and preserve tattoos, all delivered directly to your door. Here's the thing about my daughter's tattoo. I go, you got it young. You got to take care of it. You got to keep it moisturized. My wife's looks horrible. Then all of a sudden we rub Mad Rabbit on it, and it looks phenomenal. Plus, they've got all these products you need from for your tattoos, like a tattoo sunscreen, a tattoo soothing gel, and so many more tattoo goods. You're going to be in tattoo heaven. I'm being serious. I do not have a tattoo. I kind of want a tattoo, but if I get a tattoo on the top of my body, I think all people will look at as my tattoo when I perform, and so I want to get one on my leg or something. I want to get one of my girls. They want to get one. And I'm telling you right now, Mad Rabbit's the go-to if you have a tattoo. So when you think of tattoo care, think Mad Rabbit. They've preserved over 1.5 million tattoos. And right now, they've got an exclusive offer just for Bertcast listeners. If you go to madrabbit.com/Bertcast and use the promo code Bertcast, you'll receive 25% off. That's 25% off when you head to madrabbit.com/Bertcast and use our promo code Bertcast. What were you gonna say? We were talking about Dolezal.
If someone needs to do a movie like, can't remember what the fuck it was called, whatever that movie was where James Franco played the dude who made a disaster artist. Someone needs to do that kind of movie about Rachel Dolezal infiltrating NCAA. It's NCAAP or something.
And NACP.
NACP.
The National Association
of African American.
No.
Oh, of African people?
No.
I don't know.
Wait,
I'm Canadian, man.
Hold on. What's your ethnic the background?
My dad's Haitian, and
okay, that's black enough.
Yeah.
You don't know what the NAACP stands for?
No, I don't. It's not in Canada.
Is it racist if I tell you?
No, tell me.
The National Association for Colored People.
Is that really what it is?
Yeah, for colored people.
Oh, geez, we got to change that name. We got to update that.
This fucking, what was the one? It's pretty aggressive.
That is an aggressive name. Absolutely.
Well, there's the other one that is pretty aggressive, is the Negro College Fund.
The Negro College Fund, but that's like a classic.
That's a
like
classic.
We're holding on to it.
It's so funny. I got so hyper aware of language at a certain point.
Yeah. You can only say it in the context of the Negro League. That's the only context you can say it, or Negro College Fund.
So I was obsessed with some of the players. There's a great documentary that about baseball that Ken Burns did. And man, it is, when I was a kid, my favorite player was Satchel Paige. I was a big fan of fucking baseball. All these old players that no one knew about, I was a fan of, and I used to like. My wife's listening; she's going to laugh hysterically. I was a really big tracer, so I would put thin paper on pictures and then trace pictures. And I loved tracing pictures, and I traced pictures of all these old baseball players and football players, and what I do to calm down. I had a platform that would illuminate, so you could put a piece of paper on top of it and then put a light paper on
and just trace. And that just was like dumbest. Your piece. You would just like go into a zone. I was into
tracing, figuring horses, and precious gems.
I heard about the figuring horses.
I was obsessed with figuring horses.
Really? That's such a and precious gems too.
Yeah. I still am. Still am.
In Breaking Bad, when his back's hurt and he can't get out and he starts ordering all the rocks and shit.
Oh, dude, I had a rock tumbler.
Really?
I had a rock tumbler when I was a kid. Yeah, rock tumblers are badass. You can find bullshit rocks, put them in a rock tumbler, and they shine up. And you're like, I fucking obsessed with figuring horses.
This is like a different level of nerdy. Like, I'm a big, growing up, big video game guy, comic book nerd, like that kind of stuff. Rock tumbling and figuring horses, I don't even know where to place you.
Well, I couldn't read. Like, I was a bad reader. I still am a bad reader. I couldn't read. I remember they had books. And they started green, and then blue, then red, and then it would get up to like emerald, sapphire. Like, those are the big books. And then you get them in first grade. And the thing was, you read it, and then when you read all the greens, then you went to red, and then you would read all the reds, and then you'd go up. Man, end of first grade, I remember Mrs. Thompson said, "So how are we doing on the books? What color are you at?" I said, "I'm still on green."
Yeah.
She was like, that's all year. You haven't read any of them? I said, "I can't get through the first one." And she was like, "Hold on."
Like you can't get through it, as in you couldn't read, or it was like just so boring. You're like, I can't even push myself.
My brain
through
doesn't read. My brain doesn't allow me to read.
Are you like dyslexic or something?
I am dyslexic.
Oh,
I am dyslexic,
okay.
but I'm dyslexic, but I think I'm probably way better today than I was then. But I also have such a vivid, bizarrely active imagination that if I try to sit still and read, my brain disappears and it goes fucking anywhere.
Yeah. No, I'm not a great reader because I just get like kind of too antsy. I get bored. It really is hard to hook me into a book. I've tried to push myself. I've kind of switched to audiobooks more because it's just like I can do an audiobook and just like go for a walk, and then it just gets
even
in there.
An audiobook I'll disappear in it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to do. Rogan sent me one, but what Rogan is interested in is like the most mundane shit.
But are you doing like fiction or nonfiction?
No, always nonfiction.
Okay, do fiction.
Wait, hold on.
Nonfiction's like real life.
Nonfiction.
So,
why don't they just call it real life or fake?
I don't know. It's such a dumb term.
Yeah.
Also, nonfiction, it's like, shouldn't it? Why is it the negative? If real life is the negative of this thing, it doesn't make any sense.
If I was on an operating table and they're like, all right, we're going to give you the defibrillators, but real quick, which books do you like, fiction or nonfiction? I'd be like, give me a different question.
Yeah.
All right. The ones that are real, sir.
Yeah, real books.
I want to know about Teddy Roosevelt.
See, but the thing about fiction or nonfiction is sometimes it can be super dry. We're like nonfiction, you get a real good nonfiction book.
Yeah.
It takes you into this world. Try nonfiction just to get you into the hook of reading.
Can I tell you the problem with nonfiction is that a lot of older white dudes write them.
Yeah.
So then a lot of it's like I read a book written by an older white dude, and halfway through I was like, God, the Indian sounds like dicks.
Yeah.
Like fucking Native Americans were assholes. And then I said it to this historian, and he goes, who wrote the book?
Yeah.
And I went, what do you mean? He goes, it's the problem with nonfiction.
Yeah.
You got to find out who wrote the book.
That's
and I was
very
like,
fair.
I was like, this guy? And they're like, I go, he's 85 years old. And he's like, where does he live? I was like, just outside Houston. And they're like, okay, read a different one. And I was like, oh, wow, you're right.
They're a book written by
go back to the NAACP.
Yes, NAACP. How do we get on the
Rachel Dolezal?
Yes, Rachel
the guy
Dolezal.
that did the documentary on the NAACP.
So, she's on fucking, what's it called? Cameo. You can get a cameo of Rachel Dolezal. Yeah, dude. You totally can get a cameo of Rachel Dolezal.
Guess who's saying the N-word today? Doo-dah, doo-dah. Guess who's saying the N-word today for $10,000?
You could probably get her to say Negro. I think you could get her to say Negro.
I bet I could. I am definitely getting Rachel Dolezal to drop an N-bomb. She can. If anyone can, it's her.
You think it's her? You think she's gonna?
Well, she's black.
But you gotta play it soft first, because if she recognizes your account, you go too hard right away.
She doesn't know who the fuck I am.
But I'm saying, like, if you try to get her to say the N-word right away, then she is
away. Like,
just say this. Just say it. Yeah, see, she has different cameos up. You can totally get her.
Oh, can you get her to be white girl cameo?
I don't know.
Will she do different races?
I don't know.
Oh, Asian. I want an Asian racist Dolezal saying, you shop for a long time and buy nothing. You shop long time.
God damn. You should ask her.
I feel bad for your mother. I'm going to have her reenact Menace to Society.
Yeah.
The scene where hold on, don't tell me his name. O-Dog shoots the Asian dude in the head. You ever seen Menace to Society?
No, I haven't. No.
Bro.
It's before my time, Lord. I should have seen it.
Hold on. You've never seen Menace to Society?
I've never seen Menace to Society.
Dude, it is such a great fucking movie.
I know it's supposed to be amazing.
Sweet. Okay, hold on. Write down Haitian. How Haitian are you?
I mean, what?
I'm obsessed with Haiti.
Are you obsessed with Haiti?
Papa Doc.
Yeah. So my dad was in Haiti during Papa Doc. So like,
take it slow. Pretend we're making love for the first time, and you want me to come back because I love that phase of Haiti is so fascinating to me.
It's crazy what he did to the country.
Crazy.
Yeah. Like, so my dad was there that was like the end of his time there. So he was born there, grew up there, and then it was around 28 when he left. But there was a few years leading up to that where Papa Doc had taken over the country. And he told me he would do things like he would come into a place that like makes t-shirts and be like, you only make Papa Doc branded stuff. And then when they sold everything, he would be like, hey, give me all the profits. And they would be like, well, we can't keep running. You'd be like, too bad. And that just like started crippling all these businesses in Haiti. It started fucking up the whole country. So then my dad and most of his family had to flee. A lot of them went to Chicago, New York. Him and all of his immediate family went to Montreal. And that's
that's an interesting place from Haiti to go to.
Kids speak French.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm a dummy.
Exactly.
Do you speak French at all?
Je parle un peu français, mais ça fait longtemps que je parle pas français.
Yeah, mais then, yeah,
Oh,
so
man.
wait, Papa Doc. Here's the crazy thing. This is a really interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
So a bunch of Haitian refugees
Mm-hmm.
come in, like 5 of them storm the beach in Haiti,
Mm-hmm.
and they take over a whole fucking like military base.
Yeah,
and they're gonna go in and kill Papa Doc, and they take him over, and ultimately what they find is that the people that they're taking over kind of empathize with them and are like they sympathize with them and like, yeah, he's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah,
they get so friendly that one of the captives, the hostages says, hey, I'm gonna run. Can I run and go get cigarettes? And they're like, yeah. That's how comfortable they get because they're all Haitian.
yes.
He's like, yeah, go get cigarettes. And he's like, all right. He's so scared of Papa Doc that he runs right to Papa Doc and goes, they kidnapped us. Go kill them.
Yeah.
And then they fucking killed 5 dudes that all. By the way, my numbers are probably definitely off. I would, if someone would like to do a side-by-side fact check of what I just said, I will retweet it and repost it because I'm curious how off I am. But like, he was a motherfucker. Someone tried to kill his kid. And then he figured out who it only could have been because he was like, well, how many sharpshooters do we have in this country?
Yeah.
And then we just killed them all.
Yeah. Like he drove, if it wasn't for him, the country would have been in a completely different situation. The reason I'm named Che is because my dad was obsessed with Che Guevara because he overthrew a dictator.
No way.
Exactly. He was like against any sort of, like he was all about the revolution, all about kicking out the people who like corrupt and take over and all those
Really?
things. Yeah.
Che's a badass name to have.
Yeah, it is.
I was hoping it was that. That's the only Che I know, Michael Che.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think he's.
Well, his last name's Che.
Yeah, I don't think you had to pick your last name.
No.
It's Michael Che. I've never met Michael Che. Have you ever met Michael Che?
In passing, like I went on after him at a show at the Stand. That's as close as I've ever been to him. I've never like hung out and talked to him or anything.
Let's
like
do
that.
a game. Pull up. There's a bunch of comedians I've never met.
Okay.
Let's name a comedian you've never met, and I'll name the comedian I never met, and then we'll go see if you met them.
Okay. Okay, a comedian I've never met. I'm trying to think of who's popping around. Taylor Tomlinson.
Oh, such a racist. No, she's fucking awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's pretty fucking awesome. She used to open for me when she was younger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she used to open for me. I'm trying to think of a comedian I've never met. I've never met Jerry Seinfeld.
I've never met Jerry Seinfeld. No.
For real?
Oh, yeah.
Just
No.
pretend you know him really well.
Yeah.
Let's start that over.
Okay.
Pretend you know him really well and just talk me through. Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Okay. Yeah. I've never met Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah. I've met Jerry.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, 100%.
What's he
Yeah,
like?
no, he's like you would, the way he comes off on some of his things is like really pompous, but it's just because he's so confident in what he does. He knows he's one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
And he's not overplaying or downplaying. He's exactly where he needs to be in confidence. He had one of the best TV shows of all time, one of the best stands of all time, sold some of the most tickets, some of the best comedy he's ever created. Yeah.
Have you ever gone on vacation with him?
Yeah, we went. Yeah, he took me to the Bahamas. We went to the Bahamas.
Really?
He's got a summer home there.
Really?
Yeah. And we went out. We were hanging out in the Bahamas on the beach and
Did
all
you guys
this.
go snorkeling at all?
Of course, man.
Favorite thing.
His favorite thing is snorkeling. Love snorkeling. I actually used to be a scuba diving instructor.
Wait,
Yeah.
is this part of the bit?
No, that's true.
Oh,
That's
really?
true.
Oh. Wait, for real? You used to be a scuba diving
Yeah, I used to be a
instructor?
scuba diving instructor. I was
Where?
in Mexico. I was a scuba diving instructor for 3 years in
Do you speak
Mexico.
Spanish?
No, my Spanish is garbage.
Okay.
But because where I was very touristy, so I basically just worked with all the English speaking clients. My French was better back then, so I did some tours with French speaking clients. And we do like wild shit. Like we do the shark dives out there. So there's like bull shark season that comes into play at
Bull
Carmen.
sharks are motherfuckers.
So bull sharks are motherfuckers just because they can go in freshwater and salt water. So a lot of times they'll go in like freshwater rivers and bite people in shallow water. On the dives, we're not in cages or anything. You just go down and you'll bring like a water bottle or like a piece of metal to make noise. So if you have a water bottle, you like crinkle it. If you have a piece of metal, you bang it on your tank and they feel the vibrations and they come check it out and they just start swimming around you. Like that, you can probably pull 4 or 5 sharks. But one time we went down and there was another dive center that went down that would feed them. And so they went down and we went close to their group and they're just like pulling out these like pieces of meat. And the sharks are like, when I say in a frenzy, you don't feel in danger because none of them are coming at you. They're all trying to get the food, but they're like bumping into each other. There's 20 sharks all circling. But after the last piece of food goes out, it goes down from like within the span of about 2 minutes, goes from like 20 to 10 to like 7 to 3. And then the last three are just kind of like circling, waiting around. But it was cool as shit. And that would happen every winter. The bull sharks would come back.
Really?
Yeah, it was cool as fuck.
Wait. How do you become an instructor? How certified do you have to be become instructor?
So you need, I don't know if they've changed the rules since when I did it, but you need to do like 100 dives, I think it is. 100 dives to become like a dive master, and then you have to do a bunch more to become an instructor. And then you have to do like these tests, like they'll like you do a whole thing of like what to do in this situation, what to do in that. So you do like dry land, like basically book tests, and then you do a bunch of like in water tests, like like a rescue pull, or like there's certain things you need to do, like an emergency exit to the top. Oh yeah, is this the PADI?
Instructor. Be a certified diver for at least 6 months. Done.
Yeah, have at
Hold
least
a PADI dive master certification. Don't have that. At least 60 log dives. Don't have that. Current CPR. Don't. I do have that. In date medical approval for scuba diving. Yeah. So wait. There's one thing I've dove maybe 10 times. I'm guessing.
right on.
But it's funny. Our instructor was a guy named Zen. One of our instructors. It was kind of, when you do it for television, all the rules are kind of broken.
Yeah.
So one of our instructors was a guy named Zen, and we thought he was all but fucking useless. Did not speak English.
Yeah.
Dive.
Just hand signals. That's it.
Down. And you're like, yeah, okay. So we go down 40
Is he
feet.
German or something?
No, Asian. I'm bad at accents. It's good that I'm bad at accents, because if you're good at accents, you're just racist.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, you're like, is he Swedish?
Yeah.
Okay, time to dive. So I went down with my friend Callie, and we go to 40 feet. I'm guessing it's 40 feet. But it was dusk and it was really low visibility.
Mm-hmm.
So we couldn't see much down there, and we just went down to the sand. Let's say 20 feet just to be fair. 40 feet's pretty fucking deep. So we go down to 20 feet, and all we have to do is the very end of our certification, drop the thing out. I'm out of air. I give her my thing. I take my buddy breather, whatever.
Yeah.
She forgets to clear the water out of it and just breathes in
Water. Yeah. Just starts choking.
Choking. And then she starts panicking, and she goes to grab mine out of my mouth. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I'm freaking out. And this guy's Zen, man. His training kicked in.
Yeah.
And he had his in his hand, and he just fucking John Holmes'd her and hit the air and held her head and hit the air, and it was just shooting air in her mouth.
Yeah.
And she started breathing, and he looked and he goes, we're going up.
Yeah.
And so we went up, and he was like, we're done for the day.
Yeah. That's it. You have a freak out like that, it's like, yeah, we'll try again tomorrow.
Yeah. And so, but then she said, I have to go down right now. She goes, if I don't go down now, I'll never do this again.
Oh, really?
And he was like, what? She goes, I have to do it now, or I'll never do this again.
Yeah.
And we had to dive at 90 feet the next day.
Oh.
And so we go down, and she did it again. I did it. We both did it. We came up, and we got our certification. And then our next dive the next day was at open, I guess they're all open water. But at 90 feet, we went to go see a wreck.
Yeah.
Not my favorite depth. If you could dive at one depth, what's your favorite dive?
Usually, like, I would say where the coolest shit was kicking up was like 60-ish feet, because the deeper and deeper you go, the more light you lose. So you start everything just kind of turns into this blue color. So even like the coral and everything that's bright and beautiful, you're not getting the same vibrance with it. At 60, I would say that's where you're finding like a lot of the cool animals. You would see like cool turtles. You could find sharks. Shit was floating around there, at least in Mexico. You go to different areas, different depths, different things.
We were in Fiji.
In Fiji, beautiful clear water diving.
Yeah.
But I would say 60. 60 was like a good depth. And you can also stay down longer because the deeper you go, the less you can stay down there. You go like 100 feet, well, you got like a 10, 15 minute dive.
Yeah, well, we were supposed to stay around 60 feet, and we all ended up at 90.
Nice.
Because no one could keep their buoyancy. Everyone just dropped.
Yes.
And then we're all at the base of the boat.
Yeah.
And but I sound like such a pussy, and I feel like this with marijuana too. Like I enjoy like light edibles, I like enjoying light edibles and then going deeper if I want to.
Yeah, of course.
But like 5 milligrams is more than I need. That's it.
Yeah, it gets you to where you need, and that's your dose. You don't need to like. There's a weird thing with weed. There's this like a huge like ego culture around it, where it's like, oh, you got to hit this, smoke the blunt, get super high, and it's like, man, you would never do that with booze. You would never be like, yo, get so fucked up, you like don't know who you are anymore. No, because that's dangerous.
Yeah, and I feel the same about diving.
Yeah,
like when my favorite dives I've done were at like I want to say the deepest we went was like 50 feet.
Yeah.
And it was all around a reef. And so it was all like, I mean, we started at like 20 feet and then gradually got to 50 feet and just swam around a reef. It was like the favorite dive I've ever done.
It's beautiful. There's like cool animals hanging around it. You see like weird creatures you've never seen before. That is like how most people want to enjoy diving. The only people that ever were like not that mentality that I dove with were Russians. Russians were always like, we want to go deep. We want to go deep. That they didn't give a fuck about what they saw. They wanted to just push the envelope of what you were able to do.
Really?
Yeah, the Russians loved that shit. And then they would go get drunk right immediately after.
That's crazy. How long were you a dive instructor for?
3. I think no. I was in Mexico for 3 years, but I only taught for 2. The last year I like was a bartender and like worked in a call center and shit. Like,
so you've dove a lot.
Yeah. I probably have like 800 to 1,000 dives.
Holy shit!
Somewhere in that range.
Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it a lot at the time. It was a great thing that allowed me to like leave home and travel and like experience life outside of the little suburb I grew up in. So that was the best part of it. The job itself was fun. The people hang around with the people, like divers are all like a community. It's like hanging with comics. Like everyone's on the same level, same problems, like a lot of social things you can communicate about. So that was the best part about it. The job itself is like fine. It's a very physical job. You're like carrying tanks and doing a lot of stuff. I wasn't in love with it. It was a means to an end for me. It was
really,
it was getting out of my house and traveling and being able to see the world at the lowest cost possible.
We're in Mexico.
I was in Playa del Carmen, did a lot of diving in Cozumel, went down to Belize for a little bit.
Did you ever do the one where they have all the statues?
No, that's up at Isla Mujeres. I never went up there.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, I have, I think that dive is good, but it's not great. Like I was all about the wildlife, like coral, sharks, eels, like seeing living things was like, I was like, that's what I'm in here for.
Did you ever do any cenote dives?
Yes, I did do cenote dives, but just the cavern diving. So there's like cavern and cave.
I didn't do cave. I did cavern.
Yeah. So I did the cavern diving.
Cavern where you're just diving in the big open thing.
Yeah. And
I'm not crawling in any spaces.
Exactly. There's always natural light. That's the difference between a cavern and a cave. I knew some cave divers, and the cave diving course was fucked, man.
Really?
They would like make you, because you need to be ready to react. So they would do shit like you put your line down to get out of the cave, and then you would have these markers that you would like touch that could lead you out. And they would do things like fuck up your markers, make you take your mask off. So you'd have to like go into the cave, they take your mask off, kick up silt so there's like zero visibility, and then you would have to use the line to get out, but your markers came off. So you would have to like go to a line, and there's like 5 lines going in different directions, and you're like, hey, which one was mine? Which one was mine? Okay, this one's mine. And then keep following your way out, all in zero visibility.
Did you ever hear Cowboy Cerrone's story about cave diving?
No.
It is one of the most intense stories I've ever heard. It's on Rogan's podcast. It's too long to share, but it is. You know who Cowboy Cerrone is?
Of course, yeah.
He got into a cave dive, and he got into a bad situation.
Oh shit!
Cowboy is a fucking badass. He almost died cave diving. It's an
Dude.
11-minute story, and it's fucking intense. And like in him telling it, he's a badass.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they're all badasses. He's like a real badass.
Yeah, he's like the most finishes in the UFC.
Yeah, he's like a real badass top to bottom. Like I don't think it ever turns off on him.
Yeah.
And when he gets emotional telling the story, you're just like sitting there going like,
holy
this
shit.
must have been very real. And it's something, and I don't know if I think he quit. I don't know if he quit cave diving or not, but he's a fucking badass. I'd love to party with him.
No, there was a few people who died while I was in Mexico, like got off the line, went explored the wrong way. A few videographers who just went missing. Like, because a videographer, it's very normal for them to leave the group. You're not allowed, but they would do it just to get the shot. And I know in Cozumel, someone went missing and there's crazy down currents. So people thought they got sucked down to like 300 feet and then just didn't come back up. But what you just said was like, I would love to party with Don Cerrone, who's on like your top party list, who is like, I would love to party with these guys.
I would love to party with sadly a couple of them are people I'd like them to fall off the wagon when I was there.
I get that feeling.
Like Ben Affleck would be one that would be cool.
Oh, is he sober?
He's sober. He's sober, and I'm glad he's sober. He's really happy.
Yeah.
And I don't ever want him to fall off the wagon. However, if he does,
you're like,
I would like to be at that party.
Yeah.
I would like to be at that party to be like, to get that first drink in, to go like, so what is it? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
Like, tell me what you're feeling right now. Like,
yeah.
Because there's a part of me that understands that. I don't understand his brain. Like, I drink a lot, but I don't to that. Like, I don't the way he does.
Where it goes out of control. And he's
got so much. I'm really like, he's my age, but I think very fondly of that guy.
Yeah.
I really do. I feel like I root for him and everything. Him and like.
Are you buddies with him? Have you hung out with him?
No, I've never even met him.
Okay.
But I would really like to party with. I say John Daly all the time because
he's a famous that's what he does.
I'd love to have some drinks with him. I'd love to play golf and drink with him.
Yeah.
Although I think he'd drink me under the table pretty quick.
Really?
Yeah, because he drinks. I mean, he drinks.
Yeah.
Like he drinks. Like he's a kind of. There are people that drink that they do it to just get. I don't mean to say this bad about John Daly. I don't think this is him. But they're like, I have a couple friends who need to have a drink in the morning to just get to even.
Yeah, they're like, they don't know, they haven't been sober in so long. Like drink a little drunk as well.
I have a bunch of friends like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not like that. I worked out this morning. I work out every morning. I start my day pretty early. I get my shit done.
Yeah.
And like, this is an exception, but a fun one. Cause like I got to do Bobby's podcast today.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm just doing this. And then I do an HR meeting. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that drunk, but then I go to do Bobby's podcast. And then I'm done for the day. So I'm like, I'll probably bring drinks over to Bobby's podcast. I'll have a couple
that's
cocktails.
Great.
But I would love to get high with Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
That would be fun. And I don't smoke that much weed, but I think it would be fun to get high with Seth Rogen.
Yeah, and maybe you just take a couple hits, you hang out, and his whole process of seeing like how he rolls, how he hits, how much is he smoking. And
I've gotten high with Snoop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've gotten high with Snoop. I've gotten fucked up with Snoop a couple times. He's fun.
Yeah, he seems like a great dude.
He's the sweetest guy.
In terms of marketing himself, where he's bounced from like person to person to person, and like he's like in the video game space. He's like hanging out with Martha Stewart, one of the greatest rappers. Like everything he's done has been an incredible feat from the next into each area.
He's fucking awesome. I've gotten fucked up with a lot of people you want to get fucked up with. I think. I wonder I'd like to get drunk with Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
I
could get wild.
I just like to get him a little unhinged. And kind of plant some seeds.
Oh, exactly. Push him a little bit. So what do you think about this? What's your opinions on this? You see this in the news and just see where he like starts to go a little crazy.
You've been watching the NBA playoffs?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, no. I go, wonder why not? Like I'd like to just, there's something about Mel Gibson that just like he was our movie star.
Yeah.
And to watch him kind of
go a little crazy
and then know it's because of alcohol.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of those guys that take that ride. I always like it. I always want to see it.
I like pushing it. Like I was doing a show in Naples, and when I was on stage, I said something.
Captain Brian's?
No, Off the Hook.
That's Captain Brian's.
Oh, is that Captain Brian's?
Yeah,
okay, okay. So I said something like, we can't do this, but we put a man on the moon. And then people in the crowd were like, allegedly. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you guys don't believe in the moon landing? I was like, what else don't you guys believe in? They're like, what's his name? Fucking, they're like, Biden's dead. He has a replacement. I'm like, yo, they're like chemtrails. And we just started going off. I was like, we're going to have January 6th too in this bitch. We're going crazy.
I love when people don't have my ideas.
Oh,
I love it more than anything.
Because it's like, let's just go. I was like, teach me
That's
what
why
you think.
That's why I'm a big Rachel Dolezal fan. I would love to fucking have her on my podcast.
Oh, she would do it. Have you reached out?
No. Hey, Rachel. I'm Team Rachel.
Dude, please.
I'll have everything set up here. I'll have Hennessy for you. I got blunts. Whatever you want.
Yo, has she done a long form podcast?
She shouldn't. If I was her, I wouldn't.
But like, don't you want to get to the bottom of like
the
whole journey?
I need another cocktail. The bottom of it is
today.
The bottom of it is ultimately it's a white person who believes they're black, which is one of the wildest things in the world. However, here's the deal. Okay, I'm not going to say who told me this, but I'm going to say it to you, but we're going to edit it out. Okay.
The comedian.
Yeah. Keep that in. Yeah. He was like, is it crazier or as crazy as someone thinking that they're a man or a woman? Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
He was like, what's like, he goes, look, I'm on everyone's team. But he said, but like, if you said to me 20 years ago that there would be a Caitlyn Jenner, I would be like, that's crazy.
Wild. That's wild. Yeah.
Are you saying to me that in 20 years that we're not going to, I do see that.
My honest opinion on all these things, the divide has never been like race or gender. It's always been money. And where I think we're going is we're going to get to like this sort of like cyberpunk future where you can literally go into a place, they like CRISPR your genes. You're like, what's in this summer? Oh, it's girls with curly red hair and black skin. And they can go,
They just identified the gene for baldness and they identified it and they can get rid of it.
And it's like, we'll change you. We'll change you on a genetic level.
Look at Ozempic.
Ozempic, exactly.
Ozempic. I have friends on Ozempic that are in fantastic shape.
They're losing weight like crazy.
290 pounds their whole life.
It sounds like a very specific person.
Now they're going like calling out celebrities going, say you've used it. First of all, number one, who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck? If you want to be skinny and you can't because of genetics or whatever the fuck the thing is.
A lot of these people are living a lifestyle.
Are you putting soda water in those? Yeah. Okay. Champagne?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like you like it.
No, I liked it.
This one is, there's definitely alcohol in this.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much.
Pete. Here you go, Pete. But like, so like, I'm on testosterone.
You're on test.
I love it.
See, I wanted to get on test.
Dude, get on it tomorrow.
I'm only 30 though, 31.
Oh, you're probably not that low.
Yeah, I'm not that low, but I'm like, I also see the benefits of people getting on and like how fast your muscle growth is. Like how
muscle growth is through the roof.
Yeah.
Your sleep is through the roof.
Sleep too.
My sleep
I'm a big
is
sleep
in
guy.
the green all the time.
Oh my God.
I sleep so much better. I have a lot more energy.
Yeah.
I say more, but
how many milligrams are you taking? Are we cutting all this?
No, keep
Okay.
it. I'll keep it. I take 250 milligrams every 2 days.
Every 2 days?
Every 2 days.
Wait.
Hold on, that can't be right.
That's not right.
It sounds like a lot.
That's like good, like crazy bodybuilders are taking like 600 milligrams a week. Like,
yeah, then that's not right.
Yeah,
that's
no.
Right. No,
You're
no,
probably
no.
taking like 250 a week at most.
No, I'm taking 75 a week.
75 a week, 75 milligrams a week. So 250 a month. Or was that? Yeah.
No, it's 25 every 2 days.
25 milligrams every 2 days.
And on the I go 2 days, and then 3 days. And so a week I take 75 milligrams.
Okay. That's that.
And I will tell you, my workouts have been awesome.
Yeah.
My recovery has been awesome. The reason I got on it, and the only reason I share this is because I have a lot of fans like me. But the only reason I got on it is my cardiologist asked me, "Can we test your testosterone?" And I said, "Sure." He said, "If you get your testosterone back to normal, it'll help repair your liver if you have done any damage to it."
Which,
And as soon as he said that, I went, well, then you've just made the call.
yeah.
I'm getting on testosterone. I take that. I take a handful of pills from a longevity doctor that I deal with, that most of them are vitamins like milk thistle, and it's all liver stuff, really. It's all just to lower my sugar intake. I would love to get on semaglutide or
What's semaglutide?
same thing as
Ozempic? Okay,
I would
yeah.
love to get on semaglutide or Ozempic. I've seen people on it and they look fucking amazing.
I heard though once you stop taking it, you just fucking blow back up.
Yeah, no, I take Rogaine, so I've been taking that for fucking 26 years.
Oh, so you're just like, whatever, I'll just take it forever.
I brush my teeth every day. I take blood pressure medicine every day.
You know,
You're gonna die one day.
That's
It's
true.
like, why not?
That's the fucking thing, man. You're gonna fucking die.
I looked at Ryan Dunn the other day, a picture of him. It was a video of him. I'd done a podcast with someone that was friends with him. His birthday was yesterday.
Mhm.
And so a video showed up and he was smoking a cigarette and he put it out and he lit up another one immediately. And I was like, I'm so glad he did that,
Yeah.
because that isn't what got him.
And
He really got to enjoy cigarettes
Exactly.
to the fullest. You've probably noticed there are these strange tall boys of beer in the bottled water section of your local store. Well, this is not beer. It's actually a healthy beverage called Liquid Death. Why Liquid Death? Well, because their tall boys will brutally murder your thirst, and their infinitely recyclable cans are helping bring death to plastic bottles. Plastic bottles are not actually recyclable, okay? They just get sent to landfills, even if you put them in your recycling bin, because they're not profitable to recycle. Liquid Death, on the other hand, is recyclable. And I will tell you right now, here's why I drink it. Because of the delivery system. I've said this to someone the other day, no one drinks beer like this. Tell me more. But that's how you drink a bottle of water. I don't want to drink my liquid like that. I don't want to drink any liquid like that. I'm into liquids, and I'm really into water, and I want to murder my water. This is how you're supposed to drink Liquid Death. Right now, my blood pressure is lowering, my organs are cleansing, and I'm feeling better. You can find Liquid Death's healthy beverage on Amazon or a retailer near you. And Bertcast listeners get 20% off their first Liquid Death apparel purchase, available exclusively at liquiddeath.com/Bert. Exclusions may apply. That's liquiddeath.com/Bert. Cannonballs. This summer, it's not all about the size of those cannonballs. It's about making a splash. With our friends at Manscaped, prep for barbecue season by making sure your grill master has the hottest dogs the summer's ever seen. When you're at the cookout, let the meat speak for itself. With Manscaped's Performance Package 4.0, it's time to get ready and not sweaty by going to manscaped.com and using the code BERT for 20% off plus free shipping. I just shaved my balls the other day. Someone else's. It was Leanne. We trim each other. It's a little bonding experience. It's kind of fun. It's flirty. It's fun. Dude, our go-to is Manscaped. You cannot trust trimmers, liners, anything else. It is like a hack job down there. Here, let me explain Manscaped. The Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need to guarantee you'll have the most mouth-watering treats at the party this summer. They have the ultimate bundle for your summer grooming. The Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology, and it does reduce. We've never had a problem. I'm telling you, we've never had a problem. The Lawnmower 4.0 has the 7,000 RPM motor. A new multifunction on and off switch can engage a travel lock so it doesn't go in your bag and then it's dead when you get there. And it gives you the ability to turn the 4,000K LED spotlight on and off when you need a more precise shave. And trust me, this thing is awesome. The light makes the trimmer. In my opinion, the light makes the trimmer because you never have enough light down there. And no one wants to go down and shave their balls with a headlamp. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code BERT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code BERT. Manscaped, the perfect way to get your patties sizzling hot this summer.
Embracing that you're gonna die is a very important thing. It's given me so much peace in life. Like I have relaxed, like every time I have some sort of anxiety, because like this summer, we had everything booked until June, and then I had nothing in June on the road, and then nothing till mid-July. And I've got a bunch of savings. I'm making more money now than I ever thought I would make in my life. I'm so fucking grateful for where I am.
Is it touring or Instagram? Or
both are bringing. Touring brings in way more money, but Instagram still is supplemental income.
Can you pull up his tour dates real quick?
Oh, thank you. I don't have everything on my website yet because we're still getting the ticket links for some of them. Not everything's finalized. But
is Durena Haitian?
So my dad's real last name is supposed to be Francois, which is that's Haitian as
very
fuck.
Haitian.
But he had a falling out with his father, changed his name to his mom's last name, which was technically his stepmom. The woman who raised him was his stepmom. Her last name was Durena, which is clearly Latin descent.
Crowfoot. I had the Crowfoot. That's a great place.
The Crowfoot. Oh yeah. In Michigan. No,
in August. I've done that. That's like a cool rock venue, I think.
Oh really?
I think
sick.
So.
Yeah, we got one night there. We got Oklahoma.
Go to the top.
New York. So I'm doing a one nighter at Brooklyn Comedy Club. Brooklyn Comedy Club is like the place that's been giving me more stage time than anywhere else.
It's a Brooklyn Comedy Club?
Yeah. It's Old Man Hustle Brooklyn Comedy Club. That's
Bricktown Comedy Club, Oklahoma City. I love Oklahoma City. Hey, wait, I think we're there that week.
Are you? The week of the 15th, 14th?
When are we in Oklahoma City? I think we're there that week.
Oh, dude, if you're there, I'm down to fucking get down.
July 9th.
We're off by a bit.
Crowfoot's great. Summit Comedy Club, Fort Wayne, Indiana's got a really great strip club.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude.
Creek in the Cave in Austin.
Yeah, dude. I've been down to Austin a few times now, and I love it out there.
You'd be great with Rogan.
Oh, yeah? I would love to do Rogan.
You're really good at you'd be great with Rogan.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
And we
Good nights. I played there.
We got more stuff coming up. We definitely got Vegas is coming. We got Denver. There's other things that we don't have the ticket links for yet that are in the cooker. But yeah, no.
What? 11. Boom. I saw 11s all over the numbers.
Oh,
so
yeah.
wait, what's the influencer money like?
So the influencer money. So because my content is so risky, I don't get a lot of brand deals. I don't get a lot of bonus programs. Like I can't do the bonus program because of violations. It's like you get money for views. TikTok I get no money for views because I'm Canadian, and their bonus program or their creator program, whatever it's called, is only America, Spain, France, Germany, like a few places.
Wait, so what's you can get bonus program? You get money just for getting a lot of views?
Yeah, but the money's not great. Facebook, if you can get views on Facebook will you can bring in cash.
For real?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Some dudes I know.
Am I getting any of this money?
What? Oh. So I think they cut it back, but when they first launched that program, I knew guys that are making like $30K a month off of Facebook.
Really?
But yeah, like good cash. So most of my income off of Instagram now, it's not a lot, but like these girls who I do these videos for, every now and again, I'll throw in a promo. I would say like I do 20 videos a week, 2 of them will be a paid promo. And so it's like I'm doing the exact same content I normally do, but they're paying me to react to their content.
Oh, they're sending you like going, here's $1,000 or whatever.
Can you react to this for me? And it's perfect because you don't even see the difference in the content because it flows so perfectly. TikTok, I make nothing over there because I won't do promos on TikTok because TikTok's so unpredictable of a platform. I never know if a video is going to take off or bomb.
Oh, for real?
Where Instagram, I have a grasp of what's going to work on Instagram. And so that's where the extra income comes from. But yeah, everything else is like touring. Touring is like, that is where my bread and butter is. And that's where I want my bread and butter to be because it's all comes back to the stand-up.
Well, you want people to land where you want them to land. It's like, I mean, I've actually thought this morning, it's so interesting. There was a lady, I wish I could give her credit. And I won't even be able to tell you what she said because I barely watched it. But she was like status update. And then she walked me through her day.
Yeah.
And then I saw it. She did it a couple different times. Shop with Karen or something, or shop with Allie. And she's like an influencer, but she had this thing that she did every morning. And I thought, that's pretty cool. Like, not like I would never do that, but like, it's cool that she's got her thing that she does regularly. Yeah. I just promo shows. Like, and it's gotten to a point where I wonder if it's like,
but you have all your other branches of content. You have you have multiple podcasts.
Mhm.
You have your cooking show. You have your touring and doing stand up and all your Netflix stuff.
Mhm.
Like you have all these other branches where people can consume your content. If your posts are you just promoting shows, it's like that's what you're using your social for.
I only use my social. I only want you to see me do stand up.
Yeah. And
Like-
that's my my YouTube is only stand up. We're like it's really only have like 11K on YouTube. It's really small. But I've started doing only stand up because I've seen these guys like Matt Rife or like Namish Patel. They built their following off of straight stand up, and their conversion of viewer to a ticket purchaser is higher than mine, even though I have like a larger following than Namish Patel. So now it's like focus on making people know that I'm a stand-up first, and that's the big focus, like for the rest of the year and for the rest of forever.
Well, it's crazy because I definitely did not know how big either of them were or were going to be, especially Matt. I think
Matt's massive.
Matt just changed the game this weekend.
Oh, what did he do?
I mean, he announced his tour and it sold out immediately, and they added second shows immediately to every show. And he shot a promo video with Ashton Kutcher.
That's right. Yes.
And I'm telling you right now, and I'm saying this just as a sideline reporter, but there are a lot of comics probably in their feelings about Matt Rife.
Oh, for sure. Young, hot, like blown up on TikTok. Jack. Like, of course, people are his audience is all like chicks. Like but of course people are gonna be jealous. Of course.
I was at dinner we were doing that hot pot thing, and our two friends, their daughters were there.
Mm-hmm.
Daughters are 16 and 15 and 17 maybe, both Asian. And they said, Bert, do you know Matt Rife? And I said, I do. And they said, he's funny. And I said, that's interesting. Name all the comics you know. And they went, you and Matt Rife.
That's, what's wild is like, because I'm on the ground floor of New York. I've only been in New York for like a year, so I'm still like hustling. I'm not even past all the clubs there. I'm still making shit happen there. You're starting to see, it's not happening all the time, but every now and again, there'll be an audience that is like all women 20 to 22. And you're like, you would never see that in a comedy club before.
Never.
But Matt Rife has introduced this whole other group of people to stand up and made them interested in stand up, which they're not he's not eating off of my plate. My plate is like fucking bros and perverts. Like I'm happy with what I got going on over here.
Yeah.
But it's so beautiful to see comedy grow in that way, to see it turn into like the realm of music where you're going to have all these different genres and all these different people that are interested in different comics for what they bring to the table, and everyone's voice, not everyone's, but there'll be a plethora of different voices you can pick from.
Well, I think that people need to realize that, like, I mean, look, I don't even want to put this out there because it sounds like we're predicting something that maybe it didn't or won't happen, but there will be jealousy of Matt, and that's just the way the business works. There are people that would be trying to shit on what he's doing or downplay what he's doing,
Of course.
because they can't do it. They just don't know how to do it, and they don't know how to. And here's the other thing: there'll be 50-year-old comics, 50-year-old white dude comics, shitting on Matt Rife, not realizing not one human being that's going to his show would ever go to their show.
Absolutely.
The number one thing you have to realize is like, he's not stealing all the comedy fans. Jimmy Kimmel, this is a little insight into television history. Is not going to register with anyone because I'm the oldest man in the fucking world. No one remembers when Jimmy Kimmel came to late night. Do you remember that?
No, not at all.
When Jimmy Kimmel came to late night 20 years ago. Fucking see how long Jimmy Kimmel's been on ABC.
Was it 20 years ago?
It had to be.
I was 11 years old.
Something very interesting happened. He got a what? How long is
2003. Yeah, 20 years.
He's been on 20 years ago. He premiered with like 2 million viewers, which at the time wasn't like humongous. But what fascinated networks was that Letterman and Leno didn't move their numbers at all. Their numbers didn't move at all.
Yeah.
So he didn't take from them. He just added 2 million people who weren't watching late night television
came
to
over
there,
for
and
him.
then ABC was like, well, fuck. He just took 2 million people who weren't watching television and got them to watch television.
Yeah.
I bet he can add to that, and he has. That's why he's. I mean, I don't with that. I think he's the biggest thing in late night television.
Oh, is he the biggest yet?
I'm sure he is. I mean, no disrespect to anyone. I'm like, I was the only one I would watch.
Yeah.
No disrespect to anyone, but it's like it's Jimmy Kimmel.
All the things you're saying are absolutely true. Comedy has people have been talking about this for a long time. Like with the inclusion of Netflix, of like really taking on comedy on their back and like to blow up their platform and blowing up comedy simultaneously.
Yeah.
It's moving into the realm of music where like Matt Rife is like a Justin Bieber of comedy.
And his fan base would never go to my show.
No, and they didn't exist before. They weren't
didn't
comedy
exist.
fans before.
He's bringing people to comedy that weren't coming to comedy initially.
Yes.
And it's good for comedy.
It's good for comedy.
It's great for comedy.
Yes. More people.
I may be applying an old algorithm to this that was like the generation I was with that if someone, when Dane blew up, everyone just shit on him.
They were a huge hate.
It was huge hate. And Dane was the fucking prototype for all of these things. Like he just did it on his own. I mean,
for the whole because he did it through fucking, what was it called?
MySpace.
Like messaging people, communicating with his fans, like interacting with each one of them. There's this guy, Nima. Nima's another one. There's like this generation of comics that have come out of Toronto that are all doing really well. And we're all within about 5-6 years of each other. You know Ryan Long.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Me and Ryan came up in like the same comedy club. He's maybe like 3 or 4 years ahead of where I was.
He's doing his own thing.
And
blowing up.
Nima's another guy who's like, he's blowing up right now, going to move to the States soon. And he responds to like every comment on Instagram, like talks to all his fans. And his fan base is ravenous for him.
Yeah.
They will follow him into the void, man. They love everything he does. And that's like, that's how people are like, because of Dane, people have been able to build their own following like this.
People are having a hard time wrapping their head around it because it's now turning into what music was.
Yeah.
Like, because back in the day, comedy was like sports. Like if you were a comedy fan, like a football fan, you had your team.
Yes.
And you had a couple teams that you rooted for, but there were teams you hated. That was comedy fans.
Yeah.
And now comedy fans are like music, where they go, no, I like music. You're like, well, who? Like country. Yeah. And then someone goes, well, I don't listen to country.
Yes.
And I couldn't tell you the top 5 country acts other than Jelly Roll. I think it has to be one of them.
Is he country?
I have no fucking idea, but he's fucking top 5 something.
Yeah.
But like, and so now comedy's turned into that, where it's like just so fucking broad that anyone doing anything well on the platform for comedy is doing well for comedy.
Yes.
And I think, that's not how sometimes how comics see it, but
well, the way I see a lot of these things, anyone who is like, they see people making these these crowd work clips, which is like Andrew Schulz, he paved the way for that. We're all doing these things because of Andrew Schulz. And like,
did he do the crowd work clips, or did he just putting material up?
I think he was crowd work clips.
You're right. He had a crowd work special.
Yeah, and the crowd work clips with the subtitles.
Yeah,
we all do that. That's all because of Schulz. Schulz changed the game in that way. You see people see that happening, or they see people doing like TikTok or whatever, these different platforms, and people poo-poo it. To me, that's not them being purists, and that's not them being, oh, comedy needs to be like this. They're too afraid or too lazy to adjust. Comedy has always adjusted. What, are we supposed to go back to the cat skills where it's like there's a board of jokes and they would scratch them off as people did them throughout the night? It's like, no, comedy will continue to evolve as all forms of entertainment do. And we're on the ride. And if you don't want to adapt, don't adapt, but you're going to get left behind.
If you're, and I would say this, if you're a comedian and you can't, I don't know, you can't, find joy is a wrong term, but if you can't really appreciate someone's success or give them their flowers and go like, man, congrats to that guy. He's fucking, I'm very lucky in that I'm very happy in my career, and I feel like I've achieved a lot of things, so I can look at anyone blowing up the way Rogan looked at us blowing up and being like, good, I'm excited for them. Like, I know Matt pretty well. Like, I'm excited for him doing what he's doing. Randomly, I texted him 2 days before his tickets went on sale. I was like, I don't know what you're doing, but you're all over my algorithm. Keep killing it, whatever.
Yeah.
And so, I would and maybe I'm just a little buzzed this morning, but like, I feel like if you're a comic and you're listening to this, you should realize that it's just like the negative comments online.
Yes.
You're not serving anyone by getting upset with someone's success. You're serving yourself better. Like, there's a lot of people that could have been jealous of Andrew Schultz. Instead, the majority of New York comics embrace his success, and they borrowed from it hardcore.
Absolutely.
Borrowed from it. And by the way, he gave it to a lot of people. He showed them what he was doing and was like, here, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have gotten really successful doing exactly what he did. And that was because no one and also Andrew's a really sweet guy. He just is a good guy. But like, I think that if you don't celebrate people blowing up, then you're just destined to sit in misery.
There's always going to be something to be upset about. There's always going to be someone above you who you feel is like undeserving or whatever. Or their thing is, take a breath. Like because jealousy is there.
It's hard to get rid of jealousy.
It's hard to get rid of it.
And it's hard as a comic. Like, a lot of comics, for lack of better words, won't put themselves out there.
Mhm.
They're afraid to try something new or try at all and fail. Where you gotta try.
You gotta do it. Like,
You gotta
I
try
can
a little
understand
bit.
if you're like 10, 12 years into the game of stand-up and then you start putting out TikToks or Instagram reels or whatever, and they're getting 100 views. That's discouraging, but you have to do it. You
gotta
have
keep
to
doing
adjust it. Like my YouTube does ass, but I'm like, I have to keep feeding it. I have to grow it. If I don't feed it, it's gonna go nowhere.
And you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail a lot. And let yourself fail.
Yeah.
Let yourself fail. It sucks to fail, but you know what? Here's the one thing I know is when you fail, no one sees it.
Yeah, absolutely. No one gives a fuck. And people give way more a fuck when you're big, and like they'll start hacking at you and nipping at you. And also those people who are nipping at you probably never appreciated your content in the first place.
No.
The people who are there with you from day one aren't doing any of that bullshit.
You just gotta serve the people. Serve the thing that feeds you.
Yes.
Like, give the fucking, what does Leanne says to Isla? Isla has two wolves, a good wolf and a bad wolf. What wolf are you feeding to the night?
Yeah.
And Isla always says the bad wolf.
It's hard not to be the bad wolf.
The bad wolf helps you drink.
I call
the bad wolf, having a drink with a bad wolf is fucking fun.
I call it the beast. I'm like, the beast gnaws at me. I want to go to the gym. I want to eat clean. I want to take care of myself.
Yeah.
But the beast is always like, man, just have a drink. Like, yo, eat some pasta. Like, text that girl. I said it when text her. No, text her. Like, the beast is always gnawing at me.
I was trying to think of the last comic I was truly jealous of. Because I have a weird thing I don't get. When I was playing sports, I was very competitive. I'm very, very, very competitive.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to separate the two. When I had to separate the two because I stopped playing sports, and I just realized I'm not going to play sports competitively the way I did in the past because it's not healthy for my brain.
Yeah.
It's not healthy for my brain at all. I was just talking to my buddy Pete, my assistant today, and we were talking about tennis, and it brings up so many bad feelings because I was so competitive.
Yeah.
And I was not as good as everyone else. I just wasn't. And I was playing competitively as a child. And I go, and I there was a thing of a woman melting down on screen on Match Point on Netflix. And I go, just so you know, that's where I lived.
Yeah.
That's where I lived. But the last person for whatever reason, when I got into comedy, I think I was so bad at it. And I was watching so many people so much better than me. Then like with the first time I saw Chappelle, I was just blown away.
Yeah.
Like the first time I saw Dane, I was blown away. And to be friends with those guys, and I was also older. So I started when I was 26. So to be friends with those guys was like such a cool fucking thing to be friends with great comedians.
Yeah.
I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And I have a low self-esteem. So I've always had a very poor view of myself. Like I have to remind myself of things I've done because I just see the things I haven't accomplished.
Yes, of course.
That I don't think I've had any real pure jealousy of another comic succeeding. Because I always go like when Schultz did the Turn Your Phone.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed it too much to be jealous.
You're like, this is great.
Yeah, this is
Brilliant.
great. Why wouldn't you like it? Like I don't understand that I really don't understand that vibe of getting jealous. When when Segura, I mean, I've told this story a million times, but when he told me how much money he was making, I actually had a moment where I had to sit and go, can I sit with this information and be cool with it and still have, like, not be jealous of my best friend?
Yeah.
And then when he told me that number, I was like, hold on, that's a real number we can make? I remember thinking that.
Yeah.
There has to be someone I was jealous of.
But that, like, you said it in itself. You said when, like, you're like, there's been so many times that that I'm growing when I'm like, I feel like I only look at the things I haven't done. Taking the perspective and stretching out and realizing what you've accomplished, like realizing where you came from, is such an important part in removing that jealousy, taking appreciation for your own life. Like, when I moved to Toronto, I was homeless. I was living in a youth shelter. So like my whole thing was I sold my scuba diving gear because I wanted to get a plane ticket to go to Toronto because I'd been doing stand up for like a year, and I was like,
in Mexico?
In Mexico. And I was like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I had no money. I was broke as shit. Sold my diving gear at like $500, $400 or something like that. Bought a plane ticket. By the time I got to downtown Toronto, I had $25 left. I went to a Starbucks. I took out my little shitty laptop. I Googled Toronto homeless shelters. I found a youth shelter close by. Went there. When I got there, they're like, we have no beds. So we're going to have to send you to a men's shelter. And a men's shelter is like a much more intense environment. But they're like, but we can feed you. So I was sitting there, I was eating, and I was kind of contemplating the situation. And then someone showed up and they were drunk, and they had a zero tolerance policy on like alcohol or drugs or anything. So they're like, he can't stay here tonight, so you can have a bed tonight. And I was like, oh my God. So then I got a bed, and then I got to stay there. And I stayed there for like 6 months while I would go out at night and do stand up.
For real?
They would let me break curfew to do stand up.
And you couldn't drink?
Oh, I couldn't drink or anything. I didn't drink. I didn't do drugs. I didn't do anything.
Man, you got to really want to do stand up. You got to really want to do stand up.
I actually, part of it was moving. When I moved to Toronto, I would say 95% of my sits have been sober, because I was like, I don't need alcohol to recreate what I'm making.
That's fucking the first time I ever did stand up. Fucking, I've said it. I keep dodging him. I'm not dodging him, but I keep missing his call. But Christian Harloff is a stand-up comic, or he's just podcasting now, but he was a stand-up comic. He was there the very first night I did stand-up in Tallahassee, and I had a Miller Lite, and he said, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Yeah.
I said, what? And he goes, you don't want to need that to be funny.
Exactly.
And I went up on stage sober, and I killed, and I went, thank God I didn't bring that alcohol with me.
Because then it's like, that's every night. Especially when you're coming up, it's like fucking, you're out every single fucking night doing it. But I look back on like, man, where I'm at now, what I'm doing, like, I want the road to keep progressing in a positive direction. But if I stayed here for the rest of my life, I would be like, to accomplish this, like, I'm already like, this is incredible. And to see my friends excel who have been working so fucking hard and trying to have all the pieces come together, I'm like, fuck yes.
We celebrate life's biggest moments with champagne. But everyday achievements deserve to be celebrated too, whether it's closing your to-do list, which is, by the way, an accomplishment in and of itself. Getting somewhere on time, big deal. Try doing that this summer with all the traffic and the heat in the city, or just making it through another day. That's reason to celebrate. So next time you accomplish something within your everyday, celebrate it with Miller High Life, the champagne of beers, because that's what living the high life is all about. Today, I'm going to celebrate with Miller High Life, and I'll tell you what I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating go to therapy because I've been pushing it off because I'm losing my voice a lot lately. But I went to therapy today. I did a 2-hour podcast. I did a promo video that I think is pretty funny. I had a general meeting after Fully Loaded, and I'm doing ad reads. And I worked out. And Leanne's going to dinner by herself. So I'm celebrating with Miller High Life, the champagne of beers, a quality beer that's smooth and great tasting, an iconic champagne-like bottle with refreshing champagne-like tiny bubbles. It's a celebration that is within everyone's reach. It's easy to find and sold literally almost everywhere. Welcome to the High Life. Go to MillerHighLife.com/Bert to find Miller High Life near you. Celebrate responsibly. 2023 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This podcast is sponsored by Groove Life. It's 2023. Are you still using that same wallet you were using back in 2003? Now is the time to update your wallet game with Groove Life. The Groove Life wallet is a sleek, low-profile wallet engineered for everyday use. One simple thumb motion, and it perfectly fans
out up to 6 cards for easy access to find everything you need. With its high, durable quality aluminum outer shell, this wallet is unlike any wallet I have ever seen. Plus, they just launched the new attachment, the Groove Wallet Go, a perfect low-profile companion to your Groove Wallet or iPhone 12, 13, or 14 that uses innovative micro-suction technology to give you the ability to add another 3 cards plus cash. This wallet is so slim, you can easily fit it into your front pocket and you barely know it's there. This thing is badass. I bought one for my bus driver, Ron, who has a wallet in his pocket all the time because he drives and he loves it. Seriously, look at this wallet. It is so freaking sleek, so badass. One thumb move and all your cards fan out perfectly and a little clip to throw it in your back pocket, hold on to it. It's time to bring your wallet into the 21st century. Head to groovelife.com/Bert for 20% off all Groove Life products. That's the best offer you'll find, but you have to use my link, groovelife.com/Bert for 20% off your order. One last time, that's groovelife.com/Bert for 20% off your order. I remember hearing that Ray Romano and David Tell were friends, and that Ray Romano would fly out of Tell to punch up scripts for like $125,000. And I remember, and I was friends with this guy named Dimitri Martin, and I was like, so if I just stick around, I'll get a job.
Yeah.
Like if I just stick around, like
just keep doing a good job.
Now, granted, I don't think I realized how brilliant Attell was at the time.
Yeah.
But like, I really think that there's no place for. I remember like it's just jealousy in this business. It's so bizarre because you want I mean, it makes sense. I'm trying to be honest with myself and try to find someone I was jealous of. I remember wishing I had Nick Swardson and Dane's careers because but I had kids and I was bummed that I had kids because I was like I look like a dad and I don't want to be a dad. I'm still cool.
Yeah.
And I remember that feeling of being like,
I'll be out there fucking bitches and all the shit.
I was like I want to be like the one, because everyone thought Dane did drugs, and I was like, throw me in that fucking briar patch. Everyone thinks I have to tell people I do drugs.
Yeah.
And so I don't think, and I like, even when I met Tosh, he was like someone you met and you were like, oh, cool, we'll be friends. And then you found out about his career and you were like, holy shit. I was never jealous. I was like, I think it's also, I've always had this like thing that everyone, I always think everyone's a better comic than I am. And I whether it's accurate or not, I still feel like that. I feel like I'm a good comic. Don't get me wrong. I think I'm a good comic, but like, I've always looked at everyone as like, who did I just tell this to the other day? I thought everyone was older than me when I was a kid. And I was hanging out with this kid and I was getting him money at the gift shop or whatever at the snack bar.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'd get like, he'd like kind of work me, but he was an older kid. And then I was 12 and I was like, so where do you go to school? And he was like, tell me everywhere. And I was like, hey, where's that? And he was like, I'm in 5th grade. And I go, wait, you're 10? He was like, yeah. I go, I'm 12. I was hanging out with this 10-year-old thinking he was fucking 15.
Yeah, you like, oh, he's cool.
I was like, I want to be that 10-year-old. I never was. I never could be that 10-year-old. Amy Schumer was that 10-year-old.
I've always had a problem with authority or people older than me of like feeling like once they're that in my head, someone who I perceive is greater than me, it's like, it's done. I've constantly worked on trying to overcome that. But it's a thing where I'll start to feel anxious or insecure around them.
Yeah.
And like revert to this version of myself that I don't want to be.
I just got rid of it.
Did you?
I just got rid of it. It's crazy. I was in a box where I would have made a fool of myself. I was in a luxury box where I should have made a fool of myself from beginning of the night to the end of the night. And I did not in any capacity. And I played it so cool. And even when I did kind of act out a little bit, like where I normally would have been like, it was such an isolated event that I took it to the pimp shit. I was like, oh, that's just pimp shit. Like, that's what, like, I just recently got there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but I've been in the business 22 years, 25, whatever. I feel like I've gotten to a place where it's like, I'm always shocked that anyone knows who I am. Like,
you're like one of the biggest things running right now.
I don't see it.
If you,
I said I was on the phone with this comedian. Tom was on the phone with this comedian. I said, oh, I know them. They're hilarious. And then he goes, Bert says, hi. I go, see if they know who I am. And the person was like, you being serious right now?
Like, yeah, I know.
But
Bert.
that's who I am for real. Dude, that's who I am for real.
I was hanging out with a girl recently, and I was like, I'm doing Bert Kreischer's podcast. And she's like, who's Bert Kreischer? And then I showed her you. And she went, oh, that guy. She talked about your clip from Barstool when you were like, I love drinking. I never want to stop drinking. She goes, he's fucking hilarious.
Oh.
Dude, you're reverberating through everything right now.
Well, thank you.
And this isn't to come here to suck your dick, but it's just true. It's true. You're like massive, bro.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're not Bernd Chrysler anymore.
Oh, that's what I wanted to hear, because I always feel like Bernd Chrysler.
You're not, man. You are like becoming a household name.
Well, from your mouth to God's ears, I would love that. I would love that. I would love to just tap out, and I keep saying tap out, but there's no tap out in this business.
No, like I think you.
Like, do you get tired of creating content?
The content, no, I really do enjoy creating the content. It's a small piece of what I do. The stand up is like I love, when you craft a new joke and you do it like and it works.
Can I tell you the punchline I wrote in my sleep last night?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so help me fix this. I'm going to tell you the dream I had and the punchline I had. I woke up and it was so funny. I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Very seldomly do I get up and write it down. Then I read it this morning and I was like, it's not the greatest punchline. I had a dream. So my wife and I listened to a song. So it comes back to my wife and I listened to the Moody Blues last night. Do you know who the Moody Blues are?
I don't know them.
They sing they sing one song called Nights in White Satin.
Not in me.
Forever in love. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na,
maybe,
'cause
yeah.
I love you,
Okay,
you,
yeah,
love you.
I'm on board.
Yeah, I love you, love you. So this is how stupid I am. The name of the song is Nights in White Satin. And Leanne said, do you think that song's about making love? I was like, no, it's about the Klan. She goes, what? And I go, Nights in White Satin. And she goes, dummy, it's not K-N-I-G-H-T, it's N-I-G. And I went, oh. I was thought it was like Nights in White Satin. And so we couldn't stop laughing about the fact that I thought it was Nights in White Satin. Like, she goes, who would write that fucking song? I just always thought it was Knights, like the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. And so fucking
like racist song, but it slaps,
Nights
man.
in White Satin, I love you.
Dude, can't deny a banger.
So last night I had a dream, of me and a guy walking through the woods and walking up to a huge Klan rally. And I see it and I look at the guy and I say, I thought you said clam rally. And I started laughing so hard I woke myself up. I thought you said clam rally. And I could not stop laughing. And I wrote it down. I go, clam rally.
Yeah.
I thought you said clam rally. But I was so fucking, I stayed awake for a little bit after that. Because once you get up to write something down, you're up.
Yeah.
What amazed me about it, and this is one of the things that, and it usually leads me into lucid dreaming, because I can realize this while I'm dreaming, is that in this dream, my brain created a scenario where I walked onto a Klan rally with another guy, and I talked to the guy, and my brain gave me the line of saying, I thought you said clam rally.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre that your brain would do that your brain has the capacity while you're sleeping to create a scenario where there's this weird punchline that I didn't think of it. My brain did subconsciously. And I started giggling and I went, there's got to be something to it.
I think if you create a little more context, if you were like, I had this dream where I was walking with this guy and had this bib on and I was holding a fork and knife. Like you kind of paint the picture that you're ready to eat more and then you see that. Yeah. Then you go, that paints it a little bit more. Because I almost see that as a sketch. Did you ever see 6-second sketches? It was this sketch thing where there was one with Patton Oswalt where it was this guy and he's like, I'm a wizard. You will all die. It's Patton Oswalt shooting lightning out of his hands. And then it zooms out and he's in like a retirement home and he's a vegetable. And then this nurse is like, he thinks he's running. Like that's the whole sketch just in that one little bit. And that makes me think of 6-second sketches. You walking up, you have your bib on, there's a clam on it. You have your fork and knife and there's a cross burning and you're like, I thought you said clam rally. And then it just fucking ends. That's the context I get.
That's really, I wish I. Hey, can you just do it for me and then send me the bonus money?
Yeah, I'll get the.
I'm not good at like some guys are really good at sketches.
I'm not good at them either. No.
Like there's a guy Nick Antonian.
I don't know Nick
Antonian. He's friends with my buddy Jason Nash and David Dobrik, and he's really good. He's good at doing like he does this thing where he like he'll hold his finger like this for the elevator doors.
Yeah. And
every time the elevator door opens, it's something hilarious. Like one, they were bringing a coffin in.
Oh,
and he's like, oh.
I've seen that like prank before, that whole thing.
That's him. I'm sure I'm saying his name wrong.
Nick.
He was a part of one of the best things ever was we kind of look alike when you look at us. Like when I look at him shirtless, I go, is that me? He's lost some weight. He's lost a bunch of weight. But he has got one of the best sketches ever where David Dobrik told his brother.
Oh, that he's invisible? Oh, I've seen that. And he's like crying and everything.
He's like, yeah, I'm right here.
He's like, oh, he touched me. Oh my God. Yeah, no, the invisible one is great. I love it. He's like, take a picture with me. And they pre-took the picture.
Yeah, they pre-took the picture.
Dude, yeah,
it's so fucking good.
Love that.
Those, but like, I'm not good at those. I've done a couple. I don't think I've ever done a sketch.
Could I piss real quick?
Go piss.
I gotta piss.
Yeah, go piss. Bad. So, what's the rest of your day look like?
I'm doing Steph Tolev's podcast after this.
Steph Tolev's who I was talking about.
Oh, who? Oh,
Steph, when I was talking on the phone to someone, and I go, tell her I said hi. Does she know who I am?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Steph Tolev. Yeah.
No, Steph, because Steph's also another Toronto person.
Yeah. Oh, for real?
So yeah, she like. I don't know if she's from Toronto.
Please tell her I want to have her on my podcast.
Oh, dude, I think she would love to do your podcast.
Reach out to Steph Tolev. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about squirting.
Okay, great.
Because she's a squirter.
Is she?
Yeah. Well,
I did not know that.
Maybe I shouldn't be outing squirters, but yeah. And
well, she talks about it on her pod.
Yeah.
It's public knowledge.
And I said, well, how come squirting something we just started noticing within the last 10 years? Was Martha Washington a squirter? Were there squirters back in the Salem witchcraft trials? And that's what made them witches?
Yeah.
Like, what's the... And we came upon the fact that I don't remember what we saw. We talked about it on Two Bears.
I noticed squirting probably, about 10 years ago. So I would have been like, I was definitely, it would have been like 20 years ago.
Not 20. They weren't squirting at 20 years ago.
When I started watching porn, there was some
you were watching porn 20 years ago.
20 years ago, I would have been 11. I started watching at 11.
I was 30.
I remember Cytheria.
I remember, you might be right. So I remember around that time.
Yeah.
I remember around 40 is when I noticed squirting.
Yeah. It's like mainstream now. But back then, I remember Cytheria. Cytheria can squirt like literally like a fire hose. Like it's nuts, dude. It sprays out. If you look at a compilation.
What's Cytheria?
That's her name. It's a porn star. Yeah.
I was like,
and she
is it a disease? I've got Cytheria.
She convulses after she squirts. Like it's wild. And that's like ingrained in my brain. She was like the first squirter I ever saw, which was bad because then I just thought that's what squirting was.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I bet squirting the first time a person squirts, you're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But I bet like the 30th time, you're like, all right, can you control this a little bit?
I think what you do.
I don't have to do laundry every time.
Bella Danger talks about how when she goes on the road, when she's staying somewhere with her boyfriend, they get 2 beds. So they'll have like a bed that they fuck in and she squirts all over. And then they have the bed that they sleep in.
I think Shane Torres has a bit like that.
Yeah. You need a squirt bed.
You need a squirt bed.
Yeah.
And then a fucking.
Because some girls like it's a bit, some girls like, but some girls fucking like it's like all over the place. Like I've hooked up with girls and they're like, we got to put a towel down because it's gonna fuck the bed up.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, and it just like fucking sprays out. I love it. I think it's great.
I've never.
Well, you've been married forever.
Yeah, and my wife's. You know what's so funny? We got to turn that TV off downstairs. Because my wife's sitting downstairs going.
As the e-fuck stuff started popping up, I wanted to be like, I've been there for a while. Like, it's like it was back when I was a teenager. I saw this stuff. I know what's on there now.
Oh, that's fucking e-fucked.
E-fucked. It's like a very famous, like, fucked up porn website. But I stopped going to it because it got dark. I don't know. People who took it over. There was like just dark stuff on there, and I was like, I can't look at this anymore. It was like kind of goofy before, like a girl pushing out foam baseballs out of her ass, and you're like, that's silly.
Yeah, it's like fucking horseplay.
Yeah, you see like someone. You ever seen that video?
No, that my wife does.
Show the foam baseballs.
Foam baseballs out of her ass. Yeah, that my wife's not a squirter, but she can shoot foam baseballs out of her asshole all day
that's
long.
better if you ask me.
It was great when the girls were playing softball. So my wife was just, all right, we should probably start this HR meeting. I'm going from this into an HR meeting. This is so bad.
Oh,
so
man.
wait, what's your website?
Chedurena.com. Chedurena for all platforms. CHEDURENA. Little Dinky News on Twitch and Kick. That's where I do all my streaming stuff. All my gaming stuff is under Little Dinky News.
And you're a must follow on Instagram and on TikTok, but I'm on Instagram. Your fucking feed is fucking hilarious.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
that.
awesome. Go see him live, whether it's at the Crowfoot or Goodnight Charlie's or Oklahoma City in June. Dude, open invite. Whenever you're in in LA, please hit me up and come
Thank
on
you,
my
man.
podcast.
I appreciate that.
and I'll set you up with Tom and Push. So
I
you
would
can do
love
the
that.
podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Right on.